Today we're going to be talking about flammable refrigerants, and we're going to show you and see exactly how flammable it is. Now, I did this outside and it was windy and we saw flame and everything. I'm inside now so you can get a better picture, a better view of it. Okay, but our flammable refrigerants we're going to be working with mainly out in the field are going to be R54B and R32. This is a new regulation by the EPA. The reason that they want to use this refrigerant now is because it lowers the GWP, or the global warming potential. Okay, so it's a lot safer for the environment, even though it is flammable. So let's look at some things here. We have an R600A refrigerant. Now this is going to be a little bit more flammable here. This is basically going to be compared to propane. It's actually isobutane. It falls into that category of propane, isobutane, methane, where it's also a fuel and a refrigerant at the same time. It can be used for both applications there. This case, we got it from a freezer that we were servicing. We had a cut line there, line that we had to go back and braze, and we had to get a can and add some more refrigerant. So yes, this is very flammable. Every refrigerant we're working with now is going to be flammable. So we're going to have to take that in consideration. But we wanted to show you guys exactly how flammable this was. So I'm going to go ahead and open my valve and let this refrigerant out. And I'm going to light it with this little torch right here. Okay, this little torch simulates our brazing torches when we would go in with our oxy and acetylene and actually braze those copper line sets. All right, so here we go. I'm going to open this up. Whoa. Okay, and you can see we got quite the fire here. I'm going to go ahead and shut that down so I can save some. Okay, we got quite that fire there, and you notice that even though I took my torch away, that fire still stayed lit. Okay, so all it takes is one little amount of heat for that fire to just keep going and do its thing, and in the refrigeration pressure on the other side, it's just going to keep blowing that flame out. Okay, so that was with our brazing torches, right? Let's talk about an electrical arc here, or a little spark that we may get from an electrical. Right there, you can see this little spark right there, okay? We're going to simulate now an electrical spark and see if we get the same reaction there as we did with our torches. So we'll go ahead and open that up. Whoa, same thing, right? Okay, we'll go ahead and close that there. So you guys can see both with our torches and with the electrical spark, and I even took that electrical spark away, and that flame still kept going, right? So all I need is one little bit of spark for that refrigerant to catch fire there. Now, this is a little bit more flammable than our R54B and our R32, but we should treat those just like what you saw here today, okay? So that's going to be in our evaporator coil and our condenser and everything like that. So you can see that flame, obviously. If we were to catch that on fire, it would blow up, not really blow up, but it would catch the whole surrounding of that condenser and the evaporator and anything else that could catch fire around that. Okay, so here we're more contained, and we're showing you contained, but ways to prevent that. How do we prevent that? Well, we need to be knowledgeable about the refrigerant in the first place. Okay, that's why we're here today. And we also need to recover or remove any refrigerant if we take an open flame to it. Right? We got to purge the system out with nitrogen. So any flammable that may be on those outside walls, even though you got that refrigerant out, any flammable additives that may be on that outside wall and around the compressor somewhere, we can purge that out with nitrogen and make sure that we have a nice clean system, empty system, before we go and take our braze to it or an open flame. Okay. Another thing here we can use is a copper press tool. We use a lot of these fittings now. It's a little tool that you press, and it just presses that fitting on there to where we don't have to get out our flames and braze that copper line set at all. Also, guys, you're going to want to carry around a nice little ABC fire extinguisher to take along with you on the job, on any brazing applications that you are going to. This is a nice little one that will fit on your truck. You're going to want to make sure that is on full and that it's inspected and up to date. All right, guys, thanks for watching today. I hope you learned something about the new refrigerants coming out that we're going to be using in the future, and stay safe out there.